How Green Was My Valley beat Citizen Kane and The Maltese Falcon
The stuff that dreams are made of.
for Best Picture in 1941. This must mean it's the greatest movie ever made, right? Nah, of course it isn't. Let's not beat around the bush, okay? Film tastes are completely subjective. There isn't a scientific way to rank and compare films to one another. I mean, look at my ranking. It's based on my tastes and my tastes alone. And when it comes to the Academy, there are a lot of factors that influence their tastes. Some of them are artistic, but unfortunately many of them are also political. This is especially apparent in recent winners. We'll get to them. But I don't want to get into it right now. This isn't what Oscar Madness is supposed to be about. The majority of Best Picture winners are great films in their own right, regardless of any underlying motives behind their selection. So I watched How Green Was My Valley and tried to judge it based on its own merits. And even though, of course, it's not as great as Citizen Kane, it's still a very emotional, well-made film. It was directed by John Ford, one of the greatest directors Hollywood has ever seen, and it stars Walter Pidgeon, Maureen O'Hara, Donald Crisp, and a young Roddy McDowall. The story follows a family of Welsh coal miners named the Morgans, and is told from the perspective of the youngest sibling, Hugh. Through a series of shorter stories that are weaved together into one cohesive narrative, the film chronicles their way of life and how it changed throughout the years. I gotta admit, the film started off really slowly and I had trouble getting into it, but the more it progressed, the more interesting it became. Besides the more technical aspects of the directing, the cinematography, and the acting, which are all really well done, the film has a hypnotizing quality to it. The gorgeous cinematography combined with the enchanting score creates a spiritual feel that really hooks you in. This is best exemplified during a scene near the middle of the film. Hugh suffers an accident that paralyzes him from the waist down and he's unable to walk. That is, until a very beautiful scene where he almost magically regains his ability to walk. I know it sounds ridiculous, but trust me, it really works, and it's an example of the way the film plays with your emotions to great effect. The characters are all really likable and relatable, albeit not the most memorable. My favorite was probably the preacher, Mr. Griffith. He's very sweet, charismatic, and strong, and almost everything that comes out of his mouth is pure gold.
But remember that with strength goes responsibility to others and yourselves. For you cannot conquer injustice with more injustice, only with justice.
This guy is spitting some truth in this film. He has a very sweet would-be romance with Hugh's older sister, and I really wanted to see the two get together. How Green Was My Valley is a very good film. Of course, it's not incredible, it's very slow, I can definitely understand if people can't get into it, and I'd be lying if I said it blew me away or anything, but for what it's worth, it's a solid, well-crafted drama that I'm glad I got to see. Which is why I'm gonna rank this film pretty high on the list, but not at the very top. Right here, underneath Rebecca. But trust me when I say that in terms of quality, it's closer to the films above it than the films beneath it. Up next is the 15th Best Picture winner, the first of many other Best Picture winners that are centered around World War II, Mrs. Miniver. Check back tomorrow for the next video of DB Review's Oscar Madness Marathon and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss a thing. Thank you all very much and let the journey continue.